Colorado. That's where I lived most of my life. But I toured as a musician, so
Take it back.
I worked out of Minneapolis and out of Los Angeles and Seattle and Vancouver and British Columbia, and Winnipeg, I mean. But I'm used to, I mean, a foot of snow is nothing to me, you know? I like to play in the snow. And we have not had any snow this year, so I haven't had an opportunity to even go play in the snow.
No, definitely not. I grew up in California, so I got used to nice hot temperatures. Then went to Idaho, had a bit of snow there, and then Alabama. And it was like the first time I ever had actual seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not really built for snow.
I am built for snow. I'm a skier, so it's one of the things that I have, you know, for recreation that I have loved the most. Not as much as walking with my brothers and sisters in the Black Hills and doing things like that. That is my favorite thing. But outside of that, just being in the mountains, you know, and that I guess I got used to the snow.
No, that's very nice. I love walking, but not much of a skier.
Well, it's something either you love or you don't. I know a lot of people hate it, so. And after your face freezes within the first 45 seconds, and then you don't have to worry about it for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
It only hurts for 45 seconds or so, and then it's numb for the rest of the day.
Give me 1 second, guys. How you doing, Sean, Robert, Jonathan?
Good. How are you doing, Eagle?
I'm doing better. Give me 1 second.
Good on.
So how you guys doing this evening?
Good on. Doing well.
Now remember when you say oh okay, now remember when they said you ask somebody how you doing this evening, you say they, huh?
Oh, nothing. That's my partner. She's saying hello. She's saying Tatia, my wife.
Oh. Well, when you say how are you this evening, you say they, because they means this evening. So you say they pause Antnia. They pause Antnia. That means how are you doing this evening?
Hey, pause the on there. Good
I'm gonna write it down. Hang on.
Good.
Let me go to this let me get to this.
Yeah.
Hello.
Oh, yeah. Lise. How did I do?
For good evening, how are you? What was good evening, how are you? Or how are you this evening again? What was it?
Yeah, you say they, pause.
Say
Yeah,
bye.
yeah. Oh, yeah, when you say they, that means this. And when you say evening, you say pause.
Ah,
Pause.
how would you add that too? Aho iani.
You could just say, oh, they pause. Yeah. That's saying, hello, how are you this evening?
Ah, okay.
Oh, I see what I'm doing wrong. Hey, you guys see that whiteboard yet? Do you guys see the whiteboard or no?
I've opened it. It says Ponca Language class. It says 5 people on it.
Not on the screen with you shared, but I've opened it separate too.
Yeah, we've all opened it separately.
One why I didn't share it. I pushed it. Can you see this?
No.
Hold
Oh,
on.
now,
I'm going back.
now I see a hole. Oh, you wrote a hole. Now I see a hole.
Yeah, hang on.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay, I don't need that up anymore. I think.
Helen. Let me delete that real quick. Come sit over here while I'm doing this. You can sit at the yay. Okay, record. Oh, they.
May I speak?
Go ahead.
I was thinking, about the microphone situation and singing and the drum and everything. And I think the best solution is to actually get an interface and a microphone, a high quality microphone and an interface. Instead of just getting a cheap microphone you plug into your computer, you would get an interface that would accept the microphone and the signal and transmit a high quality signal into the computer. And that way,
Jonathan,
yeah.
Jonathan, the committee spoke on it today. We're going to find out more about that. If you could elaborate on that, Sean.
Yeah, so the committee did meet today, and thank you for the people that shared thoughts. So there are a lot of things discussed. One of them was getting Eagle Rod better equipment as far as a microphone and even lighting. One of the committee members said we always have to make sure that Eagle Rod has good lighting so we can see his mouth when he's speaking to help with pronunciation. So the committee was in agreement that he needs better equipment, but it needs to be purchased and then sent to Eagle Rod. And how long that takes, I don't know. So us as committee members, we're tribal members, but we don't work. We're not employees of the Ponca Nation. We're tribal members of the nation, so we don't have access to funds. So everything we have to request ourselves. But the committee was in agreement in getting better equipment, such as a microphone for Eagle Rod. Ricky could not attend. He was moving today. He's moving into a new home. So I'm going to be communicating with him about some of the material needs. And we discussed a lot of other items, but I don't want to take away from, it is Eagle Rod's time for class to teach. So I don't want to take away from his time unless you guys want an update or Eagle Rod wants me to update you. Otherwise, this is Eagle Rod's time to teach.
Anyway,
I just felt like it was good for you to do a little update on that because you're part of that committee, bro.
Okay, sure.
good.
So what I'll say is No, go ahead. Go ahead, Jonathan.
Not if I could. When you get to that point, you might want to contact Sweetwater, which it's a huge store and they have people that are professional. And within the price range, they're in Indiana. That's where I buy all my stuff from anymore because I won't do business with a Guitar Center anymore.
It's just Sweetwater. It's just called
Sweetwater. You can go to sweetwater.com.
Okay.
Or you could call them. If you send me an email, Sean, I can hook you up with them, and I can even call them because I've done a lot of business, and I can negotiate a discount because they know I expect a bigger discount than what they offered. But that way you can speak with somebody who's actually a professional in audio engineering and within the price range that you know, whether you want to go with like Audio Technica or AKG or Sennheiser, what it really actually gets some professional level equipment without spending too much money on it.
So what I'm going to do, Jonathan, is I will get your contact information to Ricky and mention this to him, and then see where he wants to go with it. Because again, I wouldn't be the one being able to make the decision about who we go as a vendor to purchase stuff, but I can do that. I wrote down sweetwater.com, and then what did you say your email was?
It's my name. It's Jon.
Right, hold on.
Jon. ATHAN dot in between my first and last name Carney CARNEY
okay
at Huskers HUSKERS dot UNL University of Nebraska Lincoln UNL dot edu. So I know you're a Badger, and I hope you won't hold that against me. We have a rivalry going on, you know. It's like who deserves to wear the red. So far, you guys.
Right. We know who deserves to wear the red. Come on.
So far, you guys definitely got the upper hand on it. I gotta
my cousins are all Husker fans, of course. You know, except for one. One's a Badger fan, but all my cousins are Huskers fans. So I go back and forth teasing with that. So it's all good. I love the Huskers too. Growing up, I followed the Huskers. You know, when they used to be good in football.
That's right. Isn't that the truth?
About the 80s, late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll just update so we can get into the class. I'll just update you guys really quick. We spoke of that. We spoke about a Facebook page. So the Facebook page is not going to happen because people didn't like that format. We have a teacher who is on the committee. Her name is Shayna Lapointe, I believe. And she's a I forget what grade she teaches. She's a K through 12 teacher, but she was showing us how we could do everything that we really want to do on Google Classroom. So when we meet on March, we're going to meet as a big committee in person on March 26th. Eagle Rod's going to be there, you know, and we're going to go through Google Classroom. So Google Classroom's not going to be up and running this week or next week, but hopefully after that meeting, we'll have it up and running. And she knows how to manipulate it. We can do everything we want on there. We can upload curriculum. We can upload videos. Eagle Rod can even give us assignments. Eagle Rod can give us quizzes. I mean, everything we would want to be able to do, we can do on Google Classroom. So that's the way we're going to go. And, you know, she was like, you know, once everyone has the password, you only need to enter the password once, and then you're good to go for the rest of the class. And so I don't know how to use it, but again, she's a committee member. She'll be there. She knows how to manipulate it very well. She said she can teach Eagle Rod. She can teach other people, but that was the format that we decided, not Facebook. But again, that's not going to be up and running probably for a couple of weeks because we'll meet as a full committee in person in Lincoln, Nebraska on March 26th, and we'll go forward from there. Now, as far as the structure of the class, what was decided today was that we are going to, and again, this is not going to be implemented until it can be communicated across our Ponca website or Ponca Facebook. So until you hear otherwise, the class is going to continue as is right now. But for the future, what people liked was the Monday through Thursday, 6 to 7:30, and then Friday open hours, office hours, Saturday, a 3-hour class, because some of the committee members were saying that they can't make it because of work, family commitments during the week. But they would like a long Saturday class, where it could be like a 3-hour class where Eagle Rock could go over in those 3 hours what was covered Monday through Thursday. They'll go over that whole thing again on Saturday. So it'd be good repetition for the rest of us if you want to join on Saturday. And then Sunday would be a class dedicated more dedicated to the cultural things such as the singing, the drumming and singing that Eagle Rod's been teaching us. Now, Eagle Rod is going to continue to do songs during the class because, as I told them, everybody likes it. It's important for us to hear that, and it breaks, it gives us a break from the language. But that will not be the focus. It will not be a focal point. It'll be more of a break where Eagle Rod can sing a song, talk to us about it, and then we just move on. But Sunday would be more dedicated to really diving in with what Eagle Rod would like to share, because as Eagle Rod has said, there's so much Ponca songs, language, all different types. There's the Christian music he was talking about. There's powwow music. There's so many different types of dance. I don't even know all the different type of dances they do down. I've been to lots of powwows here in Wisconsin, but in Oklahoma, I know they have dances that we don't even do up here, like gourd dancing and all that stuff that doesn't happen where I'm at. So there's just so many different songs. So that would be like dedicated that day more to specifically going a deep dive into that. So singing and drumming won't be such a focus Monday through Thursday. It'll be present as a break, but to real deep get into that where Eagle Rock can really share and take his time would be more on Sunday. That's what the committee thought was a good way to go as far as the structure of the class. So that's what we're going to probably pursue. But again, that's not going to change until we're actually able to disseminate all that information to Ponca tribal members and to Ponca people that want to take the class. So until you hear otherwise, the class is going to continue as Eagle Rod has it right now, which is Monday through Sunday in the evenings. But once we officially make that change, that's what the format's going to look like. Does anybody have any questions about that?
No, I just wanted to say, that mascot, that badger mascot, it's actually a woodchuck. I just wanted to know.
A woodchuck.
And let's,
doing?
so that was a major thing. I'm just trying to think what else was a major thing. So Google Classroom, the structure of the class, better equipment for Eagle Rod. Oh, and then I'm really advocating for there to be somebody to, whether it's a class member here, but I don't like the idea of U.S. students having to be also responsible for like technical issues and everything like that. So I really was very strongly pushing that we need to have somebody, whether it's Brent or Ricky or somebody here for tech support when we run into like technical issues with Whiteboard or allowing people in. So I'm going to hammer that home again. That needs to start as soon as possible, because Eagle Rod needs to focus on teaching. Students need to focus on learning. So when there's technical problems, there really needs to be somebody just dedicated to dealing with that. And Eagle Rod will become more proficient as he gets more familiar with Life Size and as he gets familiar with Google Classroom. But until he gets to that point, we really need a dedicated person to be here at every class to assist. So I'll be hammering that home as much as I can. And hopefully we get that started up this week where there's somebody here that can assist Eagle Rod if we run into any technical issues. So those were like the three big main things that we discussed. And like I said, it's going to take a bit of time before we get all those ideas actually up and running. But that's what the committee agreed upon today. Thank you for allowing me that time.
And I just wanted, as a computer professional, the only thing I want to say is I'm going to grouse a little bit about Google Classroom, but that's it. If that's what everybody understands and knows, it's fine. I just feel like Google data mines the crap out of everybody, and so I'm not really thrilled about that. But that's the IT professional in me coming out going, I would much rather we do Microsoft Teams or something like that. But I understand that I'm not the one who's running the show, so I can't pick and choose everything. So
Okay. All right. Thank you.
And Hillary Wright, Jeremy Wright's wife, she used to be an IT person, and she might be willing. I don't know if you considered asking her. But Hillary is really nice too.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like I said, I'm going to be bugging Ricky tomorrow. I'm going to send him an email and just be like, can we get somebody, even if it's alternating? I even threw out like, I know Barb's not here tonight, but I know Barb comes a lot. So just somebody, but for my personal preference is to not be a student and to not have to be somebody who's trying to pay attention to the class but it has one eye on making sure everything's running smoothly too. So, but thank you, everyone.
Yes. I'm kind of excited, and the only thing that I wish we could have did was still use Messenger, because I'm telling you, I could load so many documents on Messenger. We didn't even have to get Facebook. You don't have to have Facebook to have Messenger. There was so much going on that I couldn't speak on it because, well, reason I wasn't on my laptop, Sean, all kind of drama happened at my mom's house, and there were police over there, and so I went over there, so I didn't get to talk about the Messenger. Because she is right. On Facebook, a lot of people do. You get so we gonna get 300 or 400 or even 1,000 people on that one page. There's gonna be negativity on there, and that's just the way it is. It's a social media. But either way, it's gonna be good. I'm excited. I just now downloaded that Google Classroom.
Right.
Microsoft 365 is a good alternative to Google Classroom. I don't know if you considered that, but it's a much more secure environment. And so that's what people tend to use is Microsoft 365.
Okay. I'm going to send that to Ricky as well. I'll say Microsoft 365. Yeah. The reason we use Google Classroom is only because one of our committee members is a teacher, and she was very familiar with it, knowing how to manipulate it. The rest of us are not instructors. We're not teachers, so we don't know what kind of technical environment is best. But I'll forward that to Ricky and CC the committee and just be like, people have suggested instead of Google Classroom possibly this. We just want to get something up and running as soon as possible. So, like I said, the 26th is going to be really important. Oh, hi, Carrie.
Hey.
We're just talking a little bit about the meeting, but I'll pass it on. You said it's called Microsoft 365. Just what? Microsoft 365 what?
Microsoft 365. See, it's the whole environment kind of thing. That's what my email is Microsoft 365 through the University of Nebraska. But they have Office and everything. They have all of the tools that you were talking about are within that. So all of those communication tools. You can use the same thing you're doing with 5 sides. You can do that through Microsoft 365 too.
Okay, I will pass it on. Like I said, we focused on that because it seemed very like she really knew what she was doing with it, and it seemed like it would do everything we wanted to accomplish. But I can pass on the suggestion, and we'll just see what happens. But the point is, it's not going to be a dedicated Facebook page. It's going to be something else for the class, but we wanted to be able to serve all the purposes that we talked about, which is putting up the recorded classes so people can view them over, get the curriculum so people can see it ahead of time, the lessons plans, etc. So, and then also if EagleRod wants to give us homework, or if EagleRod wants to do assessments of us, etc. So whatever tool we use, that's what the goal is to make sure that all that can be done on whatever tool we use. So, all right.
I think it'll be good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right,
okay. We got that done, right? How you doing, Auntie?
Hey.
We got that finished. Okay, so now we're coming to a greeting like it's an evening time. So a man, the top one is a man. Can you guys see that on Whiteboard?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Aunt Carrie, are you on Whiteboard yet?
No.
There's a little key tab on your right hand side, and you just have to touch that little squiggly line. I don't know what you call that stuff, but anyway, that board pops up.
Where's that at, though? This one? No.
As soon as you touch it, it'll say Whiteboard. You might have to go through all of them.
I tried that.
Robin, you know what tab it is? I forgot the picture, what it looked like.
I'm on the iPad right now.
Yeah, if you're in Whiteboard, Carrie, I believe it was, there's 3 icons. There's an eye, there's 2 people side by side, and then there's one with a light bulb and a pencil. If you click on that light
Oh,
bulb and
okay, I see it
pencil,
now. Okay.
it'll pop out something and it'll say open Whiteboard, and you can click on Whiteboard and it should open in another screen. And we found that you almost need to make it full screen, otherwise some of the stuff gets lost behind the little toolbar.
What does it say whiteboard at? I don't know. So it's just on the whiteboard after you push this little thing?
Yeah, you're gonna see what I'm writing, Auntie, what I wrote down on it.
Yeah, it's at 7. Okay, I got that one. I don't know.
Anyway, Auntie, on them little icons, you just keep touching them, and they'll tell you what they are. You go down far enough, you'll hit it. It'll say whiteboard, and then it'll ask you if you want to open it, and you push it.
I don't know. Just go ahead.
Did you see
Okay.
the pop-out
I'll
screen?
find it.
Okay.
Okay, Auntie. We're gonna continue on. I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Okay,
Just
so
go ahead.
on the very top, those that you can see it is the man's way, and the bottom is for the women's way. And so when you sit on the top, you say, "Oh, pase de." There's a couple ways you could say it. We could have said they pase, but like I told you in Ponca, there's just like English. There's many ways to say it, but I think this is better for you guys. Oh, pase de. You men, go ahead. Just the men.
Aho, Ayadnia. Ayadnia.
Oh, pase de.
They.
Aho. Pase de Iania.
Iania.
Aho, pase de eonia.
Oh, say Aeon,
Okay, you
Tell me
men,
to
take
say.
a turn.
Let me say it now.
Yeah.
A.
Aho,
Aho.
Iania.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jonathan.
Okay, so that right there, what that means for the men, it says, hello, how are you this evening? Hello, how are you this evening?
See nothing.
Aho, pase de eonia. Aho, pase de eonia. Okay, we're going to go down to the women now. This is just for women. La tia, pase de eonia. La tia, pase de eonia.
The tia paese de eania.
Tatia.
La tia,
The tia
pase de
Pase
paese eania.
Nia.
Try it again.
The tia
Tia.
paese de eania.
Yes. And for the woman, that's all that means is, hi, how are you this evening? Because you know what, like I said, the little translation, when he says, la tia, that means, oh, you came.
Right.
But that's the equivalent for hello or hi. So you don't want to say, oh, you came, how are you this evening? You just say, hi or hello, how are you this evening? Has everybody got this down? Because I'm going to erase it. We're going to go on.
One more second.
Okay. Aho, pazere, eania. La tia, pazere, eania. La tia, pazere, eania.
Oh, Eagle Rod, if you want to make that like I'm a real masculine, you would go Ianio at the end. Ianio?
Oh, no. If we was go real masculine, if we was going real masculine, you would say, oh, pazere, eania.
Yeah. Okay.
And well, you would say, aho, pazere, eania, maniho. Well, I'm going to write it right here. Eania. Eochtimoniho. That is pure masculine right there. Or you could do it just like this way, just say, Eon. A lot of men down here, they don't, almost every man down here won't never use Eontnia. Even though that is for both sexes. That is not for just women. That's men and women. But all men, 100% sure, the majority of them will just say Eon. And then the other percentage, you want to say Eochtimoniho. Eochtimoniho.
Yachtiminiho.
But this one right here that I'm circling right there, they will almost never use that. But I'm teaching you pure Ponca. Anyway, and I want you to know the things that can be said both ways or just singular by the singular sex. But also, like most men, and it's okay for you men to say, we blow ho. Very few men will say, we blow ho. Very few, even though it's correct.
Yeah.
So you guys got that? I'm going to leave it up a little bit longer. Aho, pese, Aho, pese, Eochtimoniho. For you women, you guys will always use that bottom one. I never heard them say it different ever. Only the men.
Tatia. Pazete Eontnia. Pazete Eontnia.
Yes. Remember, relatives, when you're speaking Ponca, break it down in vowels or syllables. The, ti, pa, ze, they, a, ni, and then when you get comfortable, the, ti, pa, ze, the, ni, then you're gonna be like the, ti, pa, ze, ni. You're gonna get to say it faster, but it'll be correct. So you start breaking it down by vowel or syllable, however you feel like. I'd break it down by the vowels. Da, ti, pa, ze, they, a, ni, And that's the only way you're gonna learn it.
Aho, Sizale Eonia. Oh, Sizale Eonia.
Oh, Azeve. Yeah.
Remember, that's number one. This is the number two. Ponca men will always say this first one here, that's number one. This is number two. This would be third place or never. But this is the true correct way right here. I'm scribbling on. That is the true correct way from the beginning. But as they start getting to talk English and stuff, and they start seeing the masculinity, even when it compared to English to Ponca, they had to get really masculine. It became Weeblaho. We ain't saying no Weeblaho. It's Weeblaho. And just like if I say Ishpahan means you know. That's for man and woman. But you ever hear me pray? When I pray, I don't say Ishpahan. I say Ishpaho.
Ishpaho.
That's a man's way. Okay, you guys got this. I'm gonna erase it. And I'm gonna show you about the thank you, and also about that you know.
We're good.
We're good.
Okay.
Oh, you turn the light on.
Nothing.
Oh well, just have to listen, I guess. Oh.
Hang on, Nancy. Let me take this off because I can get you on there. Hold on.
Even Daryl's tried and we can't get on.
Hold on, Nancy. I'm getting it. Hang on.
Okay.
There we go. I got you, Auntie. You see it?
I got a blank screen. Oh, okay. Now we see it.
Auntie, do you need me to go back over that real quick? It ain't gonna take me long to rewrite that.
Okay.
You guys don't mind? I'm gonna go back so my aunt can see this because I feel like they're losing something here. Because this is something that Hang on.
Yeah,
This is the man's way.
oh, for you.
Oh, there.
Should write that down. Phase.
It's kind of ugly. Huh? I gotta do that again.
Shouldn't have
Oh,
erased
there, there. Okay, I'm gonna write this in the order that a Ponca man will say it in.
it.
Hang on. And then it changes here. This is the number one way. This is the second way.
Should write it down.
Like ugly. I gotta rewrite that. Hold on. She went to go to the store. See if Walmart had one of them pins. I'm gonna buy it.
You should.
Oh, this is the third way. All these right here are pure man. A Ponca man will say, "Oh, pasede, yeah, oh, pasede, yeah." And the second way that be most commonly said would be, "Oh, pasede, yeah, timoniho, yeah, timoniho."
That's easy.
And then the third one would be, "Oh, pasede, yeah, nia." That would be last choice for real, for a Ponca man. But when I'm around older Poncas that still understand and speak the language, I don't ever just say "eant" or "eant timoniho." I always use the formal "eantnia" because it is correct.
I know.
Auntie, and for the women, this is the only way that I've ever heard it said. Datia pasede eantnia. Datia pasede eantnia. And that's just like saying,
Patia place there, Ignaria. How you say it? Say it again.
so it'll say, well, listen, Auntie, I'm gonna break it
Okay.
down by the vowel. It'll be
Okay.
the, ti,
The,
pa. Say it with me, Auntie. Pa,
pa,
they,
they,
they.
they.
Eantnia.
A not, ia.
Eantnia.
A nia.
Yes. We're gonna go over it one more time. Follow as soon as I'm done, you go, Auntie. The,
Da,
ti,
ti,
pa,
pa,
they,
ze,
they.
they.
Eantnia.
They not,
They.
ia.
Yes. Eantnia. Eantnia. And all that says, Auntie, is listen, so you can write it down if you got in your notebook. It says, "Hi, how are you this evening?"
Okay.
That's the woman's way. Hi, how are you? Or hello, how are you this evening?
Okay. Tati, pa, ze, pa, they, ania,
Yes. Yes. Pazede.
pa, they. Okay.
Yes. See, now you said it natural that time. Pazede.
Okay.
Okay. All right, we're gonna go on to something else. We're showing masculinity and femininity.
They. Okay.
You ready, Auntie?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna take a little break right here because we're gonna sing a little. Nancy, we're gonna sing a few songs. This is what we had been doing, like every the past. Is this our third time or fourth time singing? Sean, do you
Fourth
remember?
time.
Good. Fourth
I
time,
think
okay.
it's like our fifth time.
Yeah, it could be.
Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, ho, hey yo, hey. Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo. Hey yo, way ho, hey yo, hey yo. Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey. Shino shinga maya no da ite ho. Welcome Donny K. Dino we tombe yo hey yo. Tese tena kola mame yo hey. Hey yo hey hey yo hey yo ho hey. Hey yo hey hey yo hey yo hey yo hey yo way ho hey yo hey yo hey yo hey yo hey yo hey yo hey.
My daddy is.
Shino hinga maya luna lo ite ho wakandani ke dino itambe yo hey yo tefe tena kola mame te yo hey. That song was made for my grandpa. He was born in 1899. His name was McKinley Eagle. That song, they used to sing that. I heard them sing that song. First time they sung it was at one of our last Sundances. And that song, it says, Shane Ojinga, New Dawn. It says, I'm going to just tell you what it means when that song is talking about. It says, my friend, it said, this is a difficult way. He said that God made it this way, but when you go into war, that you could trust in him, but be brave. It didn't say, but be brave in it, but it meant that. Because, see, in our language, you don't have to put every single word in there to mean that. You get the gist of it by the way they're speaking. And I'll show you more of that as we get further along in that. But that song right there, now we call it Igazi. And the other way it says Igadizi, want. Want just means song. Igazi want or Igadizi want. Either way is correct. And like I told you guys the last time, I talked to a lot of my relatives up there. They didn't never know them songs. And then I'm talking about Omaha. And then I talked to a friend of mine, Dre, and he didn't know them songs either. So I guess that was just a Ponca. But, a lot of our songs with our Omaha, not all of them, but we have a lot of the same stuff. But that one wasn't one of them, apparently. So, but it's called Igazi. Okay, I'm going to sing one more song. This is a Christian song. How about I say Christmas? Christian song. It goes, Wanidale ho Jesus, Wanidale ho Jesus, Wada ele money Jesus, Wanidale ho Jesus, Wanidale ho Jesus, Wanidale ho Jesus, Wanidale ho Jesus. Got money, Jesus. Want it on a ho, 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 Jesus. What the money, Jesus. Want it on a ho, Jesus. Want it on a ho, Jesus. One and only ho, Jesus. One and only ho, Jesus. Harmony, Jesus. One and only ho, 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 Jesus. That song, it says, it's a word, it says, Wani there. That means a savior, Messiah. But when you say, Wani da there, that's saying you are the Messiah. And it says, Jesus, something about Jesus. It says, Jesus, you are the Messiah. The first two are repetitive. Then it says, Wada ede mani, Jesus. It says, Jesus. It says, your way is love and compassion. That's what Wada ede means. To be compassionate or the love of God. And it says mani. Mani means your way or your walk, your way of life or walk. And so it says, break it down to that part. It says, I'm just going to break it down to you what it says. It says, Jesus, you are the Savior. It says, Jesus, your walk of life is love and compassion. And then it says, Ega, mani, Jesus. It says, Jesus, your way of life is the truth. And so that's what that song means. Okay, we're going to go back to the whiteboard. You guys got any questions over them songs? Anybody? Okay. Go back to the whiteboard.
I want to learn those.
I'll teach you.
Chris
Thank
says he wants to hear a Christmas song at some point. Not now.
I'm curious about the
Okay.
changes, how you write that differently.
I'm going to write it for you now real quick. All four of those ways are Jesus. The first word says, Wakanda Izinge. Wakanda is God. When you say Izinge, it means his son. So the Son of God is Jesus. And then you say, Jesus. Jesus. Wanide. Wanide has a lot more meaning to, it means him because there's an old, what do you call that? How you say it? A prophecy. There's a prophecy that Ponca's had. Maybe the Omaha too, but I know for sure the Ponca had it. And that prophecy said that one day there's going to be a man coming that's going to be a great healer, and he's going to heal us of all our brokenness, whether it was spiritual, physical, or mentally, that he would be there for us. And when Jesus was made known to the Ponca, they automatically gave him that name, Juanide. And earlier you heard us say, this right here, Juanidade, you see, it came between these two right here. It was Juanide, and then it was Juanidade. And when you put that da on, it means you. So, Juanidade, ho, Jesus. So it says, Jesus, you are the Savior. This right here means you. You are the Savior. You are the Messiah. You're the one that was told, as prophesied about, that will come to our Ponca people. You are he. And a lot of traditionalists don't like that, but they can't deny that prophecy was really told to our people. Now, maybe they think that he hasn't came yet, but to us, he has. Emily. Did you find me one or no?
Wiblaha.
Wenate.
Well,
Wenate. Jesus.
Winate.
Because they do, so he's saying they do it a couple.
We've Tonga. Wait. She said to fill me. Okay, all right. He went to sleep. Okay, right there, Ponca, use all these words down here. This is pyramid. I forgot one. I forgot one. Hang on. Don't write it down yet. I forgot one. I'm sorry. I'm gonna write this last one down right here. This is correct for men and
But it
women.
looks like that pen's better for you.
It's not the one that I'm grateful for it, but that one I'm talking about, it's kind of a hard one that they're supposed to give me. It's hard, but it won't break the screen. And so I can be really precise. I had two of them. I really got one at my house. I'm at Emily's house right now, but I do got one at home. I just got to look for it. That's Weeblaw. Thank you. Weeblaw. These first ones are going to be men and women. Weeblaw. Thank you. That one don't work for nothing. I had to try that small one, it didn't work. All these other ones, Weeblaw, Weebla Tonga, Weebla Ata, Weebs, Weebla Ho. But this one right here means big thanks or big thank you. Weebla Tonga means big thanks or big thank you. And Weebla Ata, these two right here will become merged to Weebla Ata, but it'll be merged to just Weebla Ata. And that really just means in the direction of Thanksgiving. And this is slang. But you'll hear this, even our Omaha relatives say it, Weebs. Make her stand up.
Eagle Rob, what did you say? The weeb data. What did you say that was for Thanksgiving?
No, that's like in the direction of thanks. Like, you know, Weeblata. Oh, Weeblata. It's just like saying it's like when you do something that it's like that it's always towards something that you know people are thankful maybe. A fluent speaker might be able to translate that better than me, but it has great reference to someone that's really that's always someone people always thank him or her.
Hmm.
But it all like the direction of thank you or toward thanks.
Go.
And then that bottom
Eagle, could you say
yeah,
the big thanks again?
Weebla Tonga.
Weave the tonga. Weave the tonga. Weave the
Weebla
tonga.
Tonga.
Don't
Like
Weave the
this.
tonga.
Tonga.
Tonga. Weave the tonga. Okay. Weaves.
Yeah. Ho. See, automatically when you say that, when a man says ho or a ho, it's just I'm acknowledging what you're saying to me. So a lot of you men, whenever someone says ho, and it's like just like you're acknowledging them, telling you thank you. But you men that are on there, it's okay if you say weebla ho all the time.
Weave the hole. Weave the hole.
Weebla ho.
Weave the hole. Weave
Yeah,
the
like
hole.
that.
Weave the hole.
Everybody got that wrote down?
So what is the most common for
Good.
women to say?
We only get
Weebla ho. Right here, look, this one right here.
Okay. Thank you.
Weebla ho. Yeah, weebla ho.
Weave the ho. Weave the ho. Weave the ho.
He's got weaves. He's got slang.
That's
Hello?
right. Oh,
Can you hear me?
yes,
You can hear me?
I can.
I have another meeting I have to attend right now.
Is this Jonathan?
Yes, this is Jonathan. I'm asking that you please excuse me. I have a prayer group at 7 o'clock. But I'll be praying
Would
for
you?
you.
Yes, I've been like, I don't really say too much, but I almost didn't sleep in 24 hours, you know, because I got 17 broke ribs from that car wreck. Today makes 6 weeks ago that I got out of the hospital.
I've been
And
praying for you.
I appreciate it, man. It's horrific today, you know, and then I got a stomach virus and it didn't make things good, but I've been asking God to give me strength and thanking him for everything that I've endured, and I'm still here today. But I appreciate you, Jonathan.
I appreciate you too. Wakanda Umbade Wiblaha.
Oh,
Oh, I'll see you soon.
okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Everybody got this? I'm going to clear it.
Yep, we're good.
Yep, we're good.
Dang.
Ponca Yaga. Ponca Yaga. Ponca Yaga.
Is that an exclamation mark after that?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the best I could do because if I just try to put a dot, it won't do a dot.
That's okay. You're good. And the women say, Ponca.
Okay, the top one says Ponca Yaga. It says speak Ponca. Ponca, yeah. Speak Ponca for the women. Don't speak English. Hold on, that looks funny out there. Don't speak English in a woman's dialect. Do you men want to give that a try? Ponca Yaga.
Ponca Yaga.
Yes.
Ponca Iaga.
Yes.
Ponca Yaga.
Yes, that was real good.
Ponca Yaga.
Ponca Yaga.
Ponca Yaga.
Do you women want to try that woman's way?
Sure. Ponca ya.
Ponca Yaga.
A woman's way is Ponca Ya.
Ya. Ponca ya. Ponca ya. I just noticed you
just
did
took
one as a K and one as a C. Are they kind of interchangeable?
There, some Poncas use this right here. I never use this one, but I was just showing you because you'll see Poncas write it like that.
Okay. That's fine. I just wanted to make sure I understood.
Yeah, I was just showing you differences in it. But
That's
we're
fine.
never gonna we're never gonna use it that way. I was just showing you.
Ponca ya.
Also, you women can also just say Ponca Ya. Ponca Ya. You don't
Yeah.
you don't have to say this every time, but when a woman says this for real right here, she is like letting them know, stop, speak Ponca.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
gonna let you guys do it real quick. I'm gonna get something real quick, so you
Okay.
guys practice it.
Ponca ya.
Ponca ya. Ponca ya.
Ponca Ya.
Ponca ya. Ponca ya.
I feel like we're gonna be yelling at people that it's like
It'll
big
be
Ponca.
real fun to yell at each other. We can at least yell at each other.
Yeah, Ponca ya. Ponca ya. Ponca ya. Ponca ya.
I always have a hard time with the X's. Shehaska ya. Yeah. No.
Jingasa. Jingashka?
Jinghaska yaje.
The Jing is the Z with the arrow down. The X is like two H's.
I think that's
Hingasa. So
Yeah.
Hingasa.
Jaja. Jaja.
Izaza.
Jaja. Jaja.
Izaza. Yazinga. Yajiga. So Izaza. Maybe Izaza. Yazia. I still have to figure out how to pronounce things.
I'm
Diana was Chris would like to go over that again too. So if we want to suggest that tonight, maybe it's a good night.
Yeah, because I missed that whole second class, so I'm going off whatever my brother says and hoping for the best.
Yeah, I've got like a little, I made notes
Mhm.
at night, and I constantly am looking at that every night
Okay.
to remind myself
Okay.
how to say certain things for the vowels and all that.
I need to
This is
I
get
my
didn't
first
get the
time on
nasal
here.
vowels too well, so I'm still kind of lacking there.
Maybe I need to make myself a cheat sheet.
Yeah, because
Are you
I
back?
go to it all the time.
Oh, there's
Uh,
brief Robert appearance.
He was getting me a cheat sheet.
I like your
He's-
whiteboard behind you, by the way.
Thank you. So it's actually covered in Korean because I'm also learning the Korean language,
Oh wow. Okay.
which is a little interesting because Ponca and Korean have a lot of similarities, which is very interesting to think about.
I'm not surprised. I've taught myself Japanese, and
Oh yeah, like
Korean and Japanese are probably closer than they would
Yeah.
want to admit to each other. So
yeah, Chinese, Japanese, and Korean are very close, like especially with the verb forms and everything, conjugations.
right, and the sentence structure.
Mm-hmm. The subject, object, verb.
Yeah.
But that's fun. That's good. We got this. So she hush.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
So-
Yeah.
Hashiasa.
It's so much easier when he says it and you repeat after him.
Right? It's like because then you're like it's so obvious.
Yeah.
And so
Sean, jump on in there.
I'm trying to hear how you guys are saying it.
like we're probably saying it really wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, how to get this
So
in there?
Yeah.
Robert, you're back in your room.
Yeah.
Jump in.
So I think
Yeah.
Hihaska was the white person's
Well, then you
skin.
do it.
Yeah,
Oh,
Hihaska. Ya Shiga.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah,
ga is
yeah.
the command, so women don't say that.
Oh, so we say the
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I can do the yeah without a problem.
Yaska. So it's
God is the command.
stop
Yeah.
speaking the white people.
Yaska, yeah.
Yashika. Yashika.
Yaska, yeah.
Yaska. Yashika.
We're getting closer.
Yashika.
Yaska.
Yaska, yeah.
Yaska. Yeah.
Yashika. Yashika.
I just love how we're saying, don't speak English, and then immediately start speaking English.
Or don't speak English, was that right?
You're like, don't speak your
Yaska. Yashika. Did I get it
mean,
right?
yeah. So now we need to speak any other language that we know. We don't speak English. So now we're going to be speaking Korean, Japanese.
Spanish. Sonatori does.
안녕하세요. There we go. Ponca,
Listen.
Ponca,
You guys still need that, or you want me to erase it?
We probably need you to say the bottom two again because we think we're just butchering it all to pieces.
Hang on. I'm gonna
So we
redo
got
them. Hang
the
on.
Ponca, we got that, but the last one, what is it? Hiaska? Iasia?
It's almost like you say key, but it's he. Haska. Chi haska.
He haska.
He
He
Now
haska.
let's practice it. Chi haska.
He haska.
haska.
You gotta
He
have both of these, so it can't just be key. It's gotta be
He
chi haska.
haska.
Pihaska.
Okay, listen to me real quick. Hold on, don't say that. Listen. Chi ha. Chi ha. This is like when you're trying to hack up a loogie, like I was telling you. Chi ha. Chi ha.
Hiha.
Chi ha.
Hiha. Ska.
He ha.
Chi haska.
He
And
Hihaska.
that mean all that word means is Caucasian. That's all it means.
He
And
haska.
so
Hihaska.
Come we can't say wahe.
because when we Auntie
I'm
the
just kidding.
Omaha no
I'm just kidding.
but you know I asked Grandpa one time. I said, "Why are we going to Chihaska? We never called him that." He said, "Because we're calling him God. Wache means God.
Okay.
It really does."
Right? No,
And
I know you did. I know you told us that. So when Ponkas are talking about white people, do they say Wahe or do they say Chihaska?
no, they say a lot of them just say Wache still.
Okay.
They do. A lot of them say wahe. Wow.
Oh.
White woman. And so, and like if we say, okay, let's practice that word. Chihaska, Iajiga.
Hihaska.
He haska.
Yajiga.
Azia.
Chihaska, Yajiga.
See, you guys are getting it better.
Yajiga.
Chihaska,
Yeah.
Hihaska. Yajiga.
Chihaska.
Yajiga.
Just remember this word right here. These are two words. This means
White. Skin.
human
Human.
skin.
Human skin.
This means the color white.
White. Ska.
Alan,
Oh, that's
boy.
right.
Alan. Neither.
Ska means white, of course. So ska. Yajiga.
Yajiga.
Hiha.
Yajiga.
Hihaska. Yajiga.
They can't get that.
He
Hey.
haska. Yazia.
Hihaska. Yazia.
Haska.
Phonetically doing that.
Yeah.
Yajiga.
Haska.
Yajiga.
Ska.
Ska.
Yajiga. Ska.
When you guys break down when you break down Chihaska, what does that literally mean?
Well,
White
ha is skin, you said. Ha is skin for everything, right? Ha is skin
Animals, hide, alligator.
Ska.
Haska. Sechena.
So when you say Chihaska, all that means is white-skinned person.
Yazia.
person. Okay.
I fit into that category.
Ska is white. Yeah.
Yeah, means remember that turns into a blunt A when there's a negative particle or a command. Right here, you got two of them. You got a negative article and a command. So it changes that from EA to Iajiga.
Yajiga.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ska.
And also when you're talking to your children, you could just say Iajiga. That means stop talking. Or Iajia. Iajia. That's a woman's way to stop talking.
Yazia. So is Yajiga neutral or is it only men?
Only men.
Okay.
So you say yeah.
So this is a woman's way right here. Iajia. Iajia. Women only.
Yazia.
Yes.
Yajiga. Yajiga.
Yeah.
Yajiga. Could you say yajiga for like be quiet? Or is it just stop talking?
No. Hold on. We'll go. You guys got this. We'll go to another one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm good.
I'm good.
Yep.
All right, we're going to another one. Okay. Where? Okay, so when you say that top one, you say that when you say clouds, you got clouds, you got. That means be quiet. Or it also means silence. Be quiet or silence.
Yaziga. No. Ziga. Stop.
So the top one means be quiet. Bottom means stop talking.
Is the ga okay for women, or should we shorten that?
No. You gotta remember every time all you do is take this off.
Right.
So yeah.
Clouds, yeah. Remember, it's not you're saying. It's like you're saying ow. Clouds, you got clouds, you got. And then the woman says clouds, yeah. Cloud, like saying ow, like clouds, you got. Yeah, like that. That's a man's way though.
Klaus,
You're like,
yeah.
ah.
Clouds, yeah.
You guys are getting it though. That's the point. You guys are getting it.
I'll say ah. No.
Yeah.
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 Can you? Oh, I'm trying to figure out. Yeah. Yeah.
Clouds, you got. Clouds, yeah. Clouds, you got. Clouds, yeah. The woman's way. Clouds, yeah. Clouds, yeah. That's a woman's way to say be quiet.
Yeah.
Yes, that was right on.
That was me.
I know, Auntie. It's gonna take repetition, you guys. That was good.
That's the first time I'm on here.
Auntie about caused me to get quiet. My aunt getting after me.
Hey.
Yeah.
Be quiet.
Yeah.
Do I talk or do I speak?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that. That is right.
Yeah.
And you guys need to everything that I'm teaching you guys. And some of you know each other. Like my aunt Carrie just got on. If you guys know her, or you got a chance to talk to her, let her get the notes that you guys got. Then you can start pulling off like everyday usages, like how I did them verbs last night, and also like be quiet, stop talking, or another. I think next let's do let's LETS. Let apostrophe s. As soon as you're done with this, we're gonna do it. Yamale.
Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah. Because that's masculine.
Yeah.
Which is so that.
No.
Yeah, yeah.
Give me some. Okay. Okay, so on that one is Khalajiga or Khalajia. Be quiet or silence.
Yeah.
Reagia.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
At the bottom is Iajiga. Iajiga or Iajia.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
You women, anytime that you see me make anything with a ga on the end of it, all you do is remember how I got that G circled and you don't worry about that G. And also, you men and women, if you guys are standing over there and I walk up to you and I got $100 in my pocket and I say ga, that means take it. Or if I got food for you, or if I got a blanket or old rusty penny, ga, take it.
So would we say ah?
Yes. They are catching on. And like I said, some of you are going to be a little ahead of each other, but you got to help each other because the only way we're going to win is what we win together. And like they say, your weakest link's your strongest link, and vice versa. So we have to try as a team, and then that builds that family and that tribesmanship. Are we ready to erase this?
Yes.
Yeah, we're
I'm
good.
good.
Are you ready, Auntie?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. The top one says they while they, and a man could also, and a man could say hold. They while they hold. That means let's go. This is the part that means let's.
They was
So
there.
yes, let's go. They means to go. Not stomp means to stop. While that means let's stop.
No, stop.
Oh, what the heck was that? Let's stop.
I say you're supposed to be better know.
The second word is no stone. No stone. No stone while they.
No stone while they.
Yes, no stone while they. Let's stop.
Noston are there.
Yes.
Noston. That's like a thing.
Either one of them. Remember, on all these deals, you men can say they while they hold. No stone while they hold. If that's what you choose.
So who's just the emphasis?
It's just the masculine.
Oh, just
I'm a man telling you.
Okay, I got to talk to a friend of mine. He's not Ponca, but he probably speaks Ponca better than me, they say. He's an older guy, probably about 70. But he already has a lot of these tapes of them, a lot of them Poncas that made this tape recordings in the 1960s. There's 16 tapes, but he got all them digitally remastered and got them on disc or sent through email. And I'm going to see if we can get that to our culture and language committee so they could distribute it how they see fit, because he made a comment. He said that all Poncas, he said, should get this and have it for free. And you're going to learn so much stuff in there, and you got to pay attention, and you're going to hear how they talk and how they laugh. And that's the old way of talking, because my point, what I'm saying is, a lot of them people that made that deal in the 1960s, they were born in the 1800s. So you're going to hear pure Ponca. Accent might be a little different than ours, because like I said, every generation's accent changes, just like in English. It's the same way with them. And then you're going to hear Aunt Martha Grassling. She was born in like 1927, 1928.
Activist too.
But she was in there, and you could hear when she talks different than they do, because she's a generation or two generations behind some of them. And she talked a little bit different than what they did, but all understandable. But it's just like you folks out there talking that are past 35, and you hear these kids 16 to 25, they talk different than we do. It's the same way. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Remember this right here.
While they. Let's.
While they. It makes it let's.
So
Yes.
if we wanted to say, you can't use that with the I verbs though, right?
No, it wouldn't make sense.
So like if I wanted to say let's cook, that wouldn't work that way.
No, you would just say ooh-huh while they. Ooh-huh while they.
While they. Okay.
I wanna say something before I forget, okay? Today we lost a fluent speaker, another fluent speaking woman. Now we're down to, I think, 4 fluent speakers left out of women.
Oh,
At the
no.
beginning of this year, we had 6 fluent speakers and 5 fluent speaking men. And now we're down to 3 fluent speaking men and 3 fluent speaking women. But when I came home 2 years ago, there was about 15. So they're dwindling down. So I'm trying to get all I can. And also on Tuesday, if you guys want on Tuesday, I'm gonna bring my laptop, and when I go from, we're gonna do our 6 to 7, but I'm already gonna be in White Eagle. There's elders down there that's doing a Ponca language culture class down there, and if you guys want, I just want you guys to see it.
Okay.
I don't know what it's gonna be on or anything, because our chairman, his name's Oliver Littlecook. He's my grandfather, Grandpa Oliver. He doesn't speak our Ponca language, but he knows over 1,000 some songs. He knows every single genre of our Ponca songs, which is our repertoire is massive. He knows all of them. I don't even know a fourth of what he knows in singing. But in language, I got them. But it doesn't matter who got it, but it's about working together. So on Tuesdays, but they might not have it this Tuesday because my aunt died. Her name was Aunt Colleen Collins Knight.
Mm.
And this past Ponca powwow, they honored me, the youngest man that I ever seen, speaking Ponca at one of our gatherings. And I spoke. I looked around. I didn't see no elders there, but I didn't see her. She was by a tree, and I couldn't see her where I was at. And after I prayed in Ponca, and I walked down from praying, I saw her, and I took what I had in my pocket, all the money I had in my pocket, and I walked straight to her, and I shook her hand. And when you shake hands, you leave that money with her. She smiled so big and had tears in her eyes because she knew I was taught. And so by her being older than I am, she had a right to speak, but I didn't see her there. And by doing that, I had to pay that price by giving her monetary gift. If I'd had a blanket with me, I'd have gave her that blanket. If I'd had a basket of food, I would have sitting on my chair, I would have gave it to her. But since I only had money, I gave her that money. And I'm going to teach you about our traditions too. So when people name you, like I said, they give Pendletons away, food, money, all that stuff. But you guys don't have to do nothing because we're trying to get you guys back to get this done. You know, I want you to know that I truly love you guys, and I'm sincere about wanting you guys to be good as me in speaking or even better than I am, because some people are just better than anyone. They just learn just like that. Some people are naturals at that, you know. And I want you guys to know that we're going to start doing that. I'm going to put some verbs up here real quick. Oh, hold on. So when we use that wale, it's usually the verb is in its pure form. There you go.
No, gee.
Okay.
Eh, gee.
Yeah. There you go.
X.
Give me a one. And then laugh, cry, smile, fight. Okay, now we just talked about that while ago. So when you say Malin wale, Najin wale, Ika wale, Kage wale, Ika Jinga wale, Kina wale.
Okay. Let's cry.
Okay, so Robin, I want you to do the fighting and add that wale to it and tell me what it means. I'm gonna call you guys up by name.
Okay, so you wanted to fight. So kina wade. Kina wade.
What does it mean?
Let's fight.
That's right. Okay, Aunt Carrie, Malik wale. What does it mean? Say it.
Maldi. Wade. Where I live?
Yes. No. Remember, this word right here means this. All wale means is let us. And so right here, this is what they all mean right here.
Kage is cry. I know that one. Hey. Okay, no. Let's fight. Okay.
This is what that means. So all you're doing is that it goes from left to right. So you're going this way. So if I tell you Mali Wale, what does that mean? It just goes to this. Read it backward. Auntie. Right here to this one.
Mali. So the first one?
Yeah, to the front. Mali Wale. And
Mali, Wale. Let's walk.
that's right. Okay. Sean, do the smile.
The smile? Okay. Hija Jinga Wade. Hija Jinga Wade. Let's smile.
Yes. Hija Jinga Wale. Hija.
Hija.
Yeah, like that.
Hija Jinga Wade.
Wale.
Let's smile. Let's
That's
smile.
right. You said it right. What the heck was that? It stabbed me in the leg. Okay. Is Robert on?
Yes, I'm on.
Okay, Robert, do Najee Wale.
Nongji Wade. And it's let's stand.
Yes. Najee Wale. Let's stand.
Nongji
Apologize when yes. You said that good. Najee Wale. Say it. Najee Wale.
Nongji Wade.
Okay, we're gonna go up to the top and say it as a group, and you guys do your best to say it in unison. We're gonna start now. Molly Wale.
Mali Wade.
Molly Wale. Yes. Let's walk.
Let's walk.
Najee Wale.
Nongji Wade.
Let's stand.
Najee Wale. Let's stand. Hija Wale.
Hija Wade.
Yeah. Let's laugh. Hage Wale. Hage Wale.
Let's cry.
Hage Wale. Let's cry.
Wale.
Hija Jinga Wale.
Wade.
Hija Jinga Wale. Yeah. Kina Wale.
Kina
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 Wale.
Kina Wade.
Let's fight.
Let's go.
Let's fight.
Let's throw hands.
Let's throw hands. Who said that? Let's throw hands. I like that.
Diane.
Oh, I didn't even see Diana. I'm sorry, I didn't even know you're on there because like when I got the whiteboard and I can't tell who's on here.
It's okay. Sneaky that way.
I like that. That's how we talk. Let's throw hands. I might be 44, but I still talk like that, like my children. They said, Dad, you shouldn't talk like us. I said, well, when I was locked up all them years, I said, that's how everybody talks. So got put in a lamb that was a nonviolent, got put in with lions. I got put in there with murderers, horrible people. But I'm here teaching, doing the best I can to show that I'm a beautiful citizen, pay all my taxes, and I want you guys to know that when we got things that are wrong with us, sometimes do your best to change them by praying, and it'll happen.
You know, Rod, this is Sean. My son had a question. He said, "How do you say let's box? Like a boxer? Let's box." Will it still be Kina?
No, it's utin wale. Utin wale. There's another way to say it too. I think they say gapuke wale, gapuki wale. A lot of punkers down there say she got gapukied. Gapuki means she got popped up or punched on.
I like that.
I know that one. You think my sisters ought to be laughing? Kapuki.
Pookie.
Kapuki.
Oh, Kapuki, you.
Yeah. I'll pop your ass up.
Hey.
That's what she said. I'll got Pookie. And so, if you tell somebody you're going to pop them up, and all you do is this. We got Pookie. We got Pookie. I'll pop your ass up.
Kapuki.
Punch you up. Now, if you said it this way, you would have to do it this way. Oh, wait there. You see it? You had to add it between that. Ooh, wait there. On this one, we just added it in front of it. But see, these verb classifications, we're not really going to do verb classifications probably by another 6 months because I got to get you familiar with just hearing the verbs. And then I'm going to show you the different categories that we got to put them in. And then it also changes, like how this one went there, the same word we, and then it went in front of the G. You see it? We got Pookie. Ooh, ding. Ooh, ding. This one right here means I'll pop your ass up. This one right here means I'll hit you.
Wow, I remember those words.
They're coming back, Auntie. Just calm down, though. We need you. And remember, you guys all got that blood in you, that Ponca blood, boy. You got that fight in you. You got to learn to control it by prayer.
Yeah.
Okay, is everybody done with this one? Because we're going to go on. Oh, let's take a break. Let's take a little bitty break to sing a song.
Sounds good.
Okay.
I'm going to clear this. Everybody have it?
Yep, yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see.
Yep, yep, yep.
Here's a song I made when I was, I used to train. I trained every day. You know, I lost over 100 pounds when I was locked up. Over 11 years, I might gain some back, about 40 pounds, 50 pounds back now, but no, 40 something back anyway. But when I was in it, I trained and I did burpees. I did all kind of things. And I won in running. I won weightlifting contests. There was a guy could have beat me, but he got disqualified. So I won that championship out of the deadlift, squat, and bench press. But I lost in the others, but I won in the bench press. And then I won burpee contests. A lot of blacks and Hispanics would always challenge me. They's like, "What about that fat Indian guy right there?" I wasn't even fat, but they used to call me fat. You know, I was probably about 190, 194. Right now, I weigh about 235. But they used to say, "What about that fat Indian right there?" And I'm like, "Are you talking to me?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm talking to you." And I said, "What you talking about?" He said, "I challenge you in a burpee contest. They're called burpees. They're military. They became popular, especially in the prisons. They're popular, state and federal or tribal. But it is detrimental. It's horrific training that makes you feel good at the end. And so anyway, they bet money. They're betting on me, hundreds and commissary and commissary is food, shoes and all kinds of stuff, new shoes. And so I won. Anyway, I ended up beating this guy until he passed out. He fell out, like because he was exhausted. And anyway, over the years of being gone on a nonviolent charge for selling marijuana, I got a reputation of someone that being a real respectful, a good speaker. They'd always ask me to pray for them, and I used to sing for everybody. They said, even black people and Hispanic people, they still want me to sing in our Ponca language, and some of them would cry. And what it was, they didn't understand the language, but their soul did, their spirit did. They felt that it moved them, and so that's what I did. And some of you guys, like I was talking about Stacy Larby, my sister, a lot of you guys got beautiful voices, and when you start singing in Ponca and you just let it flow, you can't hold back. You can't say Wakanda Udu Winaji. You gotta Wakanda Udu Winaji. Wakanda Udu Winaji. Udu Winaji. Udu Winaji. You gotta let it flow in you. You gotta let that stuff flow. Or you could say Hey, Noshka, we go, come Hey, Noshka, we go, come And some people are like, hey, Noshka. And then they get quiet because they get scared, but you can't let that do it. You got to let people, let me tell you something. God gave, I'm going to speak on Ponca. God gave us Poncas the ability to do two things really well. We're known as fighters and killers of the past. We don't want to live on that. And the second thing we're known as is prayerful people. The third thing we're known as is singers. So being prayerful people, singers, and fighters, and we got to use that, all the abilities that God has given us. Oh, and don't let me forget this. Our oratory ability to be an orator while you're speaking. They spoke with such elegance. People used to like to hear us Ponca speak all over because we did it in such a way that's like, my God, I want to be Ponca. Hey, John. But I'm just saying. And so that's what you got to do. Once you guys keep doing this and you get comfortable about it, you're going to be, then listen, those words that you learned today, they're hard. You make a song out of it. Cleo Giga, Cleo Giga, Cleo Giga, be silent, be silent, be silent. Because it's hard to say sometimes. Say Haska Giga. Hey, Haska Giga. Break it down into the vowels on that. Sing it. Learn to get this out of the way on it. And when you're doing it, break it down into vowels or syllables, however you want to do it, that makes you feel like cutting it up. But I would do it by vowel and cut it up. Hey, Haska, hey, Haska, hey, Haska. Hey, China. Hey, Haji Dably Ho, hey, Haji Dably Ho. So I said, white-skinned person, white-skinned person. Bullshit. I'm a red-skinned man. You know, you just got to mix it up. You got to like throw it in there. There ain't nothing wrong with me, white, black, or Indian. But the thing is you got to make it comical, make it funny to yourself, because when we start learning, we start speaking in Ponca, you're going to see that when we talk Ponca, it's going to mean that much more to you. You're going to laugh harder. You're going to be more serious about when we're talking like, oh my God, it was right there. I was just there. But in, you know, in Ponca, it's just, you would just say, gone. They will do, Sean. I was just there, man. That's it. You know, and you're going to get there. All of you are going to get there. And I'm so proud of you guys today and how far you're progressing. And I'm glad that, you know, my aunt's here and you know, we could bring some of these words back to make them think nostalgic memories of them when their old ones were here, or coming to White Eagle, or hearing them up that way, and hearing them talk the old language. And you know, it is an old language, but now that old language, it is today's language, and that's how you got to look at it. It's not old, or it's not gone. It's what we're going to do today. Okay, we got about 10 minutes left. I want to give you guys an opportunity. I'm gonna shut this board off. I'm just posted up, laying down. My back is killing me. So, Robert, if you got anything you'd like to say, I'm gonna start. I'm gonna call you guys out. So, keep your mics muted until it's your turn. Rob, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, I actually don't have much for today. I actually thought it was just a very good class. Thank you.
You're welcome. Diane, I apologize. I didn't see you until I heard your voice.
It's okay. I liked getting the little phrases, like to tell people to be quiet or talk or let's do something. That's really, I feel like, useful phrases I could start doing in the household, like now to practice. So that's really cool.
We'll get it. Well, thank you, Sean.
No, yeah, no, really good class today, Eagle Rod, really good class. So what I wanted to ask the class is, like, when Eagle Rod asked us a question like, are you guys good or whatever, if we can start saying what he taught us in Ponca, to say yes or no, just those simple words. So I'm just gonna say the word, Eagle, and you tell me if I'm saying wrong. So for yes, I'm remembering it as or uh-huh,
Correct.
for yes.
Correct.
And then no is onkaji.
Okaji. It's correct.
So I'd just like to encourage us when Eagle Rod asks the question like, "Are you guys done?" we can say, instead of saying yes in English, we can start replying or for yes, or if no, okaje. Just so we can keep practicing, because the more we use Ponca in class, the better it's going to be. And these are real simple, simple words that we can use all the time. So I just like to encourage us to keep doing that. And then I had a phrase, but I've been practicing, Eagle Rod, and I just want to make sure I'm saying it right. So, Sean, we tombe tamike, for I will see you later. See you later. Sean, we tombe
That's correct.
tamike. Okay. But no, great
So
class.
we don't, but
Yeah, great
thank
class.
you.
Yep.
And we need to end that like Sean's talking about. Like whenever, like each one of you guys, when we're still talking and I'm going by a name, the first thing he can say is Sean, we tombe tamike. And that means that's like saying, I'll see you later. And then the second thing he just say is Shayna. That'd be your last word is Shayna. Shayna means I'm done talking. And when you say done talking, that gives the next person an opportunity. That don't mean that the discussion or the talk or the conversation is over. That just means that you're stopping so that someone else could rebuttal. Now, if you guys were to say you're done, like it's over with, you would say Shont Bache. Shont Bache. I mean that's it. There ain't nothing else to say or do. It's over with, no matter good or bad. So when you say Shayna, that means you're finished talking so that somebody could rebuttal or get a chance to speak. Chris, what do you think, bro?
Yeah, I kind of agree with Diane about having little phrases. I think Robin and I will probably pick some up and use them back and forth to get us used to saying things. I find myself, I've been going over things today. To tell you the honest truth, whenever you call on me, I go back to being in elementary school when I got called on to read and I get petrified and I can't think. So that's what happens every time. It's like I'll start going over, looking at what you might want me to say to think, okay, can I say this? Can I put this together? And I get, so it's going to take me a little bit to get out of that.
Chris, it's going to be all right. I couldn't read in front of nobody or publicly sometime until I start reading the Bible. When I read it over a decade, reading it out loud to people in Bible studies, and then I start running Bible studies, I no longer had that speech impediment nor that stutter. And as you hear me now, I don't really ever. You probably won't ever hear me stutter or feel like that. I'm confident in everything I did, but it's from reading the Bible, the Holy Bible. And sometimes when we get in that old feeling of when we're young, it was something that traumatized us, and it's going to take a little bit of time to heal. And I'll be praying for that for you tonight, Chris, that you'll be able to feel comfortable, because like I was telling Sean and the committee today, and I also spoke to you guys, it's about trusting one another. It's about learning to love and help each other, because you guys are so far away and everybody here is from somewhere different, except for Diane and Robert, their brother and sister, but the rest of us, we're in different places. And so once you start feeling comfortable with that, you ain't gonna have a problem doing that, and then you might start teaching a class. But I appreciate you, Chris. Go ahead, Sister Robin.
Yeah, I've enjoyed the phrases. I think, the answers, the stuff that we say and getting the responses back so we know how to respond is good, and making connections and figuring out taking the verbs and then adding the let's to them. I think it was just a good class. I really, really appreciated that. I still think that, I know I wouldn't mind it, and I know Chris and Diane, we talked about it briefly when you had stepped away, but we definitely would like to go over the vowels again, go over just the pronunciations. I know we think we get them, but it'd probably be good reinforcement. So, Shayna.
Oh, go ahead, Auntie Timmy, Sean.
Well, first of all, I'd like to say that you really brought back memories when you sang that first song, that very first song you sang, because my daddy used to sing that. I was a little girl when he used to sing that. I always remember that. And it really brought some good memories. And that second song you sang, I know Uncle Lewis sings that a lot. I really love that. Yeah. and you have a good. I love the. This is my first time actually, my first class. So, but there's some words that I'm familiar with. Like hage and the other ones like we say like just kabuke. I'll just I remember those words. I'll just kabuke you. That's what
Mm-hmm.
my sister used to say. But I know what they mean. My husband hears it a lot now, so that. But yeah, you did. Thank you, nephew. Thank you, Shayna.
Oh, that's Uncle. Hey, Auntie, before you go, like, Uncle can start talking too and on these deals because we got Chris in there and anyone that has a couple that's willing to learn with us because I know he knows Umaha, so it'd be good if he talked too or just at least give us some input, Uncle, where we might be able to better it or or just bring some nostalgia back or make you feel good, and it'd be good too that you're more than welcome to say something, Uncle.
Yeah, I will. Next time I will.
Okay. Okay, Uncle.
Yeah, he's for y'all that don't
Okay.
know him. Omaha.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Those that don't know
And
him.
at this
I know you do.
yeah. So at this time, we got like less than 3 minutes left. I'm gonna give the floor to my older brother, my Jide, Sean. He's a little bit older than I am, so you take that term, Jide. And so closes out with a prayer.
Wakanda, thank you for sharing, having us all share our thoughts, our words, our prayers tonight. Just so appreciative of everyone here and the good energy that everyone brings, the loving feelings. It's just a space that is good to be in. And I just want to thank everyone, and especially Eagle Rod, for all the good feelings and energy that we have every night in class. As we continue on the very beginning, at least for me, the very beginning of learning our sacred Ponca language again. So, oh.
You guys have a good night.
Yep.
And
Good
Ponca,
night.
when you say
Get some rest.
have a good night, you say Ha'uda Alinga. Ha'uda Alinga. Have a good night.
Oh, Dainga.
I'm gonna write it on the board tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, you guys have a good one. Good night.
Good
Be
night.
careful.
Good night.